Night sounds, Barry and Joe here.
Ha!
I like a song that fades out, don't you?
No. It reminds me too much of the 80s.
Don't you like a song that starts in about a minute of silence, too? That's my favorite kind of song. Sorry
Yeah,
about that,
technical difficulties really enhance a song
Hey,
sometimes.
I'm still learning how to do the buttons. There's
no,
no
you know the
there's
buttons.
nobody on the other side of the glass that you can point to like I'm used to. You know, it's like, and it's night sounds, and you point, and somebody else does it. And I'm doing it. I'm sitting here doing it, and then I have to look at you too. This is awful. It's awful. But you know what I like about it, Joe? You know, my favorite part about this whole thing is we can do it from our houses with technology. Imagine that years ago when we got into this business, we had to drive to the thing with the key card to go beep and then walk in and put on deodorant and bring your own headphones. You know, God forbid you forgot your own headphones. You had to use the dirty ones there. And
you didn't have a cubby at the station that you put your stuff
somebody
in?
else talking into the microphone all day long. Blah! Nowadays,
You didn't disinfect the microphone before you used it? What is your problem?
sometimes you forget things, you know? Sometimes you just barely make it while the Goo Goo Dolls, the song is fading. You're running up the stairs.
Oh,
And I don't want to wait for tomorrow.
But yes, I totally get the having to drive to the place. What is your best story about being late for a shift and how you got there? Because I got a brilliant one.
Do you want to hear my real story or my nightmare story?
The nightmare story, of course.
So I had a nightmare.
Like a nightmare that you have?
Recurring nightmare.
Oh, is your recurring nightmare? Okay, no, let's hear the real story because I have a real story I want to tell you.
I don't know which one's better, but okay, let me think of because it's happened to me so many times. You want to talk about being late or being locked out?
Being late.
Oh my God.
Or or almost being late or just like getting there just in time or whatever it might be.
Myself though, if I tell you this story though, I think, man, because
all right, I'll tell you. Let me tell you my story and then you can see if you want to tell yours. Okay. Yeah, so back in the late 90s, when I was just obsessed with going to any concert I could, my buddies and I all drove down to what was then? Is it Blockbuster Pavilion still? It's Glen Helen Amphitheater. Way out there
in Devore, way on the way to Vegas in eastern San Bernardino.
Yeah, it's like it's on the way to Mountain High Ski Resort. So we go all the way out there to go see Sunvolt and the Black Crows, right? So, so we're all the way down there. I am 130 miles away from Santa Barbara, and I have a shift that starts at midnight. I left at 10 o'clock p.m. after seeing 4 Black Crows songs. I drove 120 miles an hour on the freeways to get back to Santa Barbara, and I was still late. But I did get to see 4 songs from the Black Crows. It's the only time I've ever seen the Black Crows in my entire life. I almost got into a wreck at the 101 134 interchange going north, and then I had to did I almost run out of gas on that one? No, that was a different trip. But then I rolled into the parking lot like 10 minutes late, just like flew up, man. The jock ahead of me was a guy who went by the name of Michael Knight. I know, very, very original. Man, he was so mad because he was so set on getting off at midnight so he could smoke so much weed. And he was so mad that I delayed him by 10 minutes. Oh, man, I thought he was going to chew my head off. But I made it. 10 minutes late. But that was a killer drive. I'm just glad I didn't kill anybody.
Okay, then I'm going to tell you about a different one then.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you've told me that one, I'm going to tell you a different story. I have a different one. I was in Vegas. This kind of bad story too, but I'll tell you. I was in Vegas, and you know how it is at radio stations when, you're rubbing people the wrong way or they're rubbing you the wrong way, and whatever the fact may be, nobody's getting along. You know, I worked at a radio station out there, and nobody was really getting along. Some of us were, some of us weren't. But the the guy that's in charge of things, not the head guy, but the guy that's like the director, and me didn't quite get along. He was looking for a reason to like add stuff to my list. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you can tell when somebody wants to get you out of there, but they can't legally, so they're putting it all in paperwork to get you out of there. So
Okay.
they're
It's
setting
making
up
your job
things.
so difficult, you'll just want to leave.
Yeah. So
You're one of those. Okay.
I was on my way to the radio station. My car broke down, and I think it was like a run out of gas scenario. I don't know how I ended up late because I'm never late. I'm always there. So I'm on my way there, and I had to take a taxi. And he was taking me. He took me. Anytime you take a taxi in Vegas, I was like, "Son of a biscuit!" I know what they're going to do. They're going to take me the long way to try to get more money out of me.
Oh yeah,
Especially
absolutely.
when you tell them. And you know, my air shift starts at 3 o'clock, and that's when school is out. That was what I was told. So here I am. I had to ditch my car. I'm on my way back to the station. It was my lunch break, you know, and I'm going to be late. I know I'm going to be late, and I know that the son of a biscuit before me also wants me out of there because he wants my shift. He's filling in.
Okay.
He's filling in, so I know he ain't got my back. There's guys. Everybody works with people that are that got your back and that don't got your back. Like when something happens, like I forgot my lunch. Oh man, here, little things you can count on people. I knew I couldn't count on this guy. Well, I thought So I'm driving there and I'm hearing the song end, the last song of the hour at 2:59.
Okay.
And then silence. And so I start yelling in the taxi, no! No!
He just left you on dead air?
No! He left! No! And I'm like 7 minutes away from there.
Damn.
I'm so far away. No! And the taxi guy was like, hey man, are you okay? I said, you gotta get there! You just gotta get there!
Oh man.
And so that was, I don't like being late. I didn't like being late.
Oh no, yeah, I don't like being late either. I don't like dead air.
That
like
taxi guy
stuff.
saw me unravel. No!
Oh
He's
man.
like, what's happened? The guy left.
The guy left. Yeah,
There's silence, man. There's silence.
It's impossible to be late now because we can just connect from our
And
phone, like wherever we are.
He was tuned in. So yeah, I was listening in the taxi.
Oh, that's great.
And the thing died, and I go, no. So
but now we do it. Now we do it from our closet. So it's fantastic.